Hi everyone, and welcome to another bass singer reaction, and welcome to my new apartment in Philadelphia. I'm now here for my second year at the Academy of Vocal Arts, Young Professional Opera training program. Last year was mostly virtual, and now I'm here in person to get things done, keep advancing this opera career. But I have a couple weeks before the training starts back up, so I hope to get a number of reactions in by then. This is the first one in the new apartment. Guys, if you like what I'm doing, please make sure to subscribe and like as well. And if you want to take that one step further, you can join my Patreon family for as little as $1 a month. The link is in the description right below. And I think everyone who has joined would agree that you do get a lot of exclusive content on there, and it's totally worth that $1 paywall to get a little behind the scenes, see what's going on. You get more interaction with me. You get to see all my rough drafts of things basically before I release them, and of course you get early releases on everything. So it's totally worth it. Check it out if you like what I'm doing. And without further ado, this might not air for a while. I don't know when I'll release this, but this is kind of my summer send-off. It is, what day is it today? August 27th, so we're coming up on September. We got a few hot weeks left, but I want to do the VoicePlay Moana Medley featuring Rachel Potter as the kind of summer send-off. And what a summer it's been. So, listen to that. You can hear the sounds of the cityscape. We have people drag racing and all kinds of other fun going out to that you wouldn't have gotten in my reactions back in Virginia. But without further ado, this is already a 6-minute video, and you guys know I can take my time with it, so let's go ahead and dive in. See what we're up against.
Moana, make way, make way. Moana, it's time you knew. The village of Motonui is all you need. Consider the coconut, the what? Consider its tree.
Each part of the coconut, that's all we need.
We make our nets from the fibers. The water is sweet inside. We use the leaves to build fires. We cook up the meat inside. The village believes in us. That's right. The village believes. The island gives us what we need, and no one leaves.
All right, so there we go into our first transition. Good, that's a really nice start. First of all, I love Moana. I love the entire soundtrack, and it's one of the strongest Disney soundtracks, especially of recent years. Recent now, I guess it's like 4 or 5 years old at this point. But it's fantastic, and the VoicePlay does such an amazing job with this. They're kicking it off pretty simple. Lane, of course, is doing a great job with the perk, capturing all those island sounds that they used in the soundtrack, getting that island soundscape, which takes really high skilled vocal percussion to capture that properly. Aside from that, not a ton going on. Jeff's got a pretty simple bass line. He just took the solo there towards the end. Rachel is of course covering the higher alto soprano parts that were featured in the original, and then you've got the others kind of filling out the rest of that harmonic structure, but nothing crazy complicated right now. We had a little bit where Ellie, not Eli, right? Someone told me to that's how you're supposed to pronounce his name. So Ellie, he and Rachel had a lot of switching off there between the main text of that section. Beyond that, not a ton going on. You can already tell it's going to be very creative, and VoicePlay pretty much always has fantastically creative arrangements, which is what separates them from a lot of groups. Let's keep on going into this second song.
I'll stay, my home, my people beside me, and when I think of tomorrow, there we are. I'll lead the way, I'll let my people to guide me. We'll build our future together. Where you are, where you are. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why.
Ooh, it's okay. First of all, I love the, there they are, the raindrop effects that Lane is doing, and I love this bass line that Jeff is doing. hold the phone a second. I need to get my keyboard so I can find these notes. And we're back. Thanks for waiting. I'm probably not going to cut that out. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop, bop. Beep, boop, bop. All right, Jeff, what are we doing here, friend? Let's go back. Actually, no, let's keep going, and I'll just figure it out on the fly. Jeff is doing a very cool bass line. Rachel sounds lovely. Lane's doing some cool perk.
I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try.
So they're in E right now. Do, do, do. So Jeff just got down to a nice A1 chest.
Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me. No one knows how far it goes. Hit the wind in my sail.
He's getting down to A1 there. Boy, I'm sweating. I had to cut my AC off so it wouldn't interrupt too much with the recording, and it is hot up in here. This is great. I love how they took this groove, they took this vibe differently than the original. The original is very drive oriented. It's a very inspirational, powerful, get up and go get 'em piece, and they've kind of taken it on Island Time. You know, they've kind of taken it back and put a nice groove into it, and man, do I love a nice groove. I've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. When an acapella group really sits into a groove like that and just relaxes on the back edge of the beat, it just puts you in just a kind of chill, vibey mood, as opposed to like being on the edge, almost like nervous, anxious. You're just like, you trust what they're going to do next because they put you in a state of enjoyment and relaxation. That's what a good groove does. And they are totally in the groove right now.
The sea stays behind me. One day I'll know how far I'll go.
Hey! Open your eyes, let's begin. Yes, it's really me, it's Maui. Breathe it in. Breathe. I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod, what can I say except you're welcome? For the tide, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Hey, take it away.
Kid, honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. That was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on the runaway. And the tapestry here on my skin is the map of the victories I win. Where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at the mini Maui.
I love that. So that's what they're doing well in this arrangement. They're not straying too far from the original, except when they took How Far I'll Go and a much more groove kind of beat instead of a driving beat. This part was pretty much how it is. I do like how they added a little bit of a perk breakdown towards the end of that really text-heavy section of Maui's kind of rap moment, speech singing part. That was fitting. You could almost feel that coming. The ticky-tack. Look at the mini Maui ticky-tack, whatever that part is. You could almost tell Lane was gonna do something because tickety-tack, that just those phonemes have a kind of vocal percussion foundation to them. They sound percussive as it is, so I like that they did something a little bit more with that section. Let's go back and hear that into this section here.
And the tapestry here on my skin is the map of the victories I win. Where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at the mini Maui.
Cause I'm gonna need that boat. I'm out.
is having trouble with his look.
Your little semi-demi mini guy. Ouch! What a terrible performance. Get the hook.
Get it?
You don't swing it like you used to, man. Yet I have to give you credit for my start and your tattoos on the outside. For just like you, I've made myself a work of art. I'll never hide, I can't, I'm too shiny. Watch me dazzle like a diamond in the rough. Strut my stuff is so shiny. Send your armies, but they'll never be enough. My shell's too tough. Mountain man, you can try, but you can't expect a demigod to beat a decapod. Look it up. You will die. Now it's time for me to take apart your aching heart.
This was my favorite scene in the original movie. This is my favorite song from it, with Jermaine Clement singing it from Flight of the Conchords. I had forgotten that Jeff took this, and it's so perfect. Like, Jeff probably could have voiced that crab and it would have been hilarious. It's so perfect for like a kind of creepy, sinister bass, which Jeff has like, that's become a big part of his thing, at least in a lot of these medleys, is being like the evil guy. So this is just such a perfect solo for him to take, and he does a great job with it. He puts his own spin on it. He doesn't copy it, you know. He doesn't copy it phrasally, you know, how he develops the actual phrasing of the piece, how the prosody of the language, the rhythm of the language, the delivery is all different from the original. And I like that. So he totally made it his own. I was expecting him to do it more bassy, I think, because this song is 4 years old now, and so much of Jeff's recent stuff has been so bass heavy. Now it's always a surprise when Jeff in these older songs is kind of just doing like a pretty standard bass line and is not really like stealing the spotlight at all times with his amazing bassiness. I mean, he has plenty of low notes in this piece, but it's not like his Misty Mountains or 16 Tons or something like that. But this is a perfect little showcase for him, and he did a great job with it, and I love it. It's my favorite part of the whole movie.
You'll never be quite as shiny. You wish you were nice and shiny.
So he obviously has that chest, but I think he's doing a sub, right?
Wish you were nice and shiny.
No, I think that actually is chest. It just sounded, the harmonics were, I don't know, kind of structured and, you know, stacked in a way. It just sounded kind of subby for a second.
I have crossed the horizon to find you.
Been practicing my subs a little. G1. A little bit. I'm getting a little more consistent with them. I figured I need more than just chest fry. So, we're working on subs a little bit.
I know your name. They may have stolen the heart from inside you, but this does not define you. This is not who you are. You know who you are. See her
Before they rev it back up, I love this. I am the first person to admit I will cry like a baby in a movie or a TV show. As someone who studies character for my career, when I'm watching a movie or a show, phone is away, all distractions are off, and I'm in it the whole way, through and through. And I will absolutely cry in Moana when she's singing this piece at the end to calm the spirit back down. And this is it's just such a beautiful moment, chordally, harmonically, VoicePlay does a great job. They don't try to dress it up fancy or anything. They just sing it pure. They've got Jeff on low pedal tones down to A1 chest again, I think. Highlighting the harmonic chords on oohs, mms, things that blend really well. And then you have Rachel's angelic voice coming through, capturing that moment. She's not doing anything crazy. And they capture the beauty and the essence of that moment really well, which is so perfectly done in the original soundtrack. I'm so glad they didn't try to do anything over the top with it, because that would kind of suck the purity out of it, if that makes sense. And we're gonna go back 5 seconds, and now they're about to go buck wild and have a party on the beach to finish out.
See her light up the night in the sea. She calls me. And yes, I know that I can't go. There's a moon in the sky and the wind is behind me. And soon I'll know how far I'll
Whoa, wait a second. I thought they were an E, but they didn't just go down to D major. Wait, let's figure out what's going on.
the sea. She
Or an F. Do.
calls me. And yes, I know that I can't go. There's a moon in the sky and the wind is behind me. And soon I'll know how far I'll We know the way.
So, usually when you would go from F major to D, you'd be going to the relative minor, because in F major, if you just go down and stack a harmony on top of the D in an F scale, you get a D minor chord. The sixth scale note in a major scale, if you stack a chord on it in thirds, it's a minor chord instead of a major chord. But they're in D major now, so they have gone to the relative minor but made it major, and I don't know how they got there. They did some kind of secondary chord where the two of those chords line up on that harmony, because they didn't just go F straight to D. They did like an F and then a transitionary chord and then it landed in D major. I'm not going to break it down right now. It might take me longer than I'm willing to spend at the moment, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. But it's a really bold and interesting choice there. And it's not a key change you hear. I couldn't name, I'm sure it has happened, but I couldn't name one other song off the top of my head that goes from major to relative minor, but the major version of that relative minor. So, like, it sounds a little funky to me. I'm not sure I like it, but that said, it is a bold artistic choice, and I am a big supporter of bold artistic choices, because you're making your stamp and you're trying to do something new and creative with it. And if nothing else, it was new and it was creative. And my hat is always off to that. Except right now, because I can't take it off with the headphones. There's a growl. I think that was some kind of growl from Jeff there at the end. It was like a D1 growl, something like that. Someone can fact check me there. It's going to be all air in that microphone. Yay, Moana Medley. I haven't heard this one in years. Summer send-off. They did an absolutely wonderful job with it. I think they've been doing more bold, creative things lately. The two big takeaways from this one really were the groove setting for How Far I'll Go, and then that crazy key change there in the final section. Aside from that, it was just a good arrangement. not super creative, not a bunch of deviation from what you might expect when hearing the original soundtrack put into voice, but a very well done, well executed, fun arrangement. Absolutely love it. Big shouts to Rachel Potter for coming in. This is the first time I heard her sing with them, and she did a wonderful job. And of course, I'm going to give shouts to Jeff because I just love Shiny so much, and that crab scene is just incredible. So that's my summer send-off. Guys, this is the first reaction from my new studio apartment in Philadelphia. I think I might do a tour of it. It'll take 3 seconds. I could literally like spin in a 360. That's how small it is, but I love it. It's my space. After living at home for 15 months, it feels so good to be out in the world and independent and doing adult things again. So thank you guys for checking this out. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.